In what ways do you think that you connect to SASHA or, being a young girl when you wanted to communicate certain things to your parents, but it was so hard or you felt like no one would understand? What was your thought
Yes,
process?
no, I think my thought process came from a place of, I know this because I have four nieces. I
Mm.
have four nieces. One is 22 and the youngest is 13. So I literally know what it's like to be the auntie who's like really cool. You want to take her, she's going to take the nieces to the park, take them to concerts. But then when it comes time, to get serious, and if she needs advice, I'm there for them. And they're all girls. So stepping into the role of auntie on TV was easy because I do that naturally. So, she definitely is, that kind of aunt where she wants to give her words of encouragement and her time. And she's there to be the voice of reason whenever her niece wants to sit there and talk, but she's not overdoing it. And I like that. I remember taking my niece this was when High School Musical was at its peak, right? I knew Corbin Bleu. He
Did
was
you
a
have to
friend of
go on the live
mine.
concerts and
Oh,
you knew every song?
everything. She was the biggest Corbin Bleu fan you could imagine, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm
Weren't
gonna
we
be the
all,
cool aunt.
especially to jump in? It was a
Oh my
whole
gosh.
other.
Jump In was like amazing. I'm like, he was just so talented and he can dance because I was also working on Disney. I knew him and his family and he invited me to a rehearsal. So my niece was, of course, they lived not too far away. And I said, oh, I'm gonna get the cool Auntie of the Year award. Picked her up and I'm like, hey, we're just gonna go somewhere. No, just be cute. You're good. Just, dress however you want. We pull up to this rehearsal in Burbank. All of a sudden she walks in and Corbin is just doing his Corbin. Dun,
Yeah,
dun,
I
dun,
was gonna
dun, dun.
probably like didn't even know what to say.
She was like this.
You got the
Auntie's there.
coolest amp
I'm
points.
like, hello, hello. She was so starstruck and just so like, oh my God, I cannot believe my mom took me to meet Corbin Bleu. She was so excited, so elated. And to me, I'm like, oh yeah, that's dope.
Have you ever
Yes.
had any stop embarrassing me mom moments, or has she always been cool?
Oh, no, absolutely. I was just telling somebody yesterday, and it's funny because she's actually here, not actually in this room, right? I was
Awesome.
telling somebody the other day, since I used to do a lot of videos as a dancer, she would come with me to a lot of the sets, right? So one time we were on a set, and Lil Jon, the funny, yeah, Mr. Lil Jon himself, right?
Yeah.
It was my mother's birthday. So Little John was like, oh, what? Okay, it's your mama's birthday. And like literally had like this bottle of like this crazy alcohol, was like, take a shot. And like he was giving her like shots. So every
Stop.
place we go, she's like, oh, I
That's
literally have a
hilarious.
photo of Little John holding a bottle, like leaning her back, like with this in this funny position. And it's like everybody knows her, Snoop is like, how's your mom? Like sometimes they'll ask me how she's doing before me. And I'm like, yes,
I'm
she's
doing great.
fine. You want to exactly. So, it's like when they're always around, people know them so well. And it's like they have that kind of that likability factor. So definitely there's times when you're just like, oh gosh, settle down, settle down, settle down.
You have one
Nope.
from when you were a teenager, like one that
Ooh.
comes up in your mind. They're like, definitely, that was embarrassing.
Yeah, I got grounded once. That was super embarrassing. I got grounded because I didn't come to the principal's office in time. And I was just like, being a kid, I'm like, it's lunchtime. You want to see all the little boys? And I didn't come. And she came after school and where were you at? What were you doing? Right in front of your friends. And you're like, oh, but you could have waited. No, no, come on. Come on. You should have been here earlier. I told you, come on. And when you're getting walked out like in front of your friends, and it's just like, oh God, that's so embarrassing. Then I
Yeah.
got grounded. I couldn't go to the best summer party ever. It was a summer party that was happening that I couldn't even go to. And I'm like, I can't go because I got grounded. Like, so embarrassing.